What is it to protect the environment of your home? What does that look like? Deuteronomy 5, God is saying, just to set the context for Deuteronomy 6, "Oh, that their hearts would be inclined to fear me and keep all of my commands always, so that it might go well with them and their children forever." And notice that it is that their hearts would be inclined to fear me, that the hearts of the parents, these are the adults, would be inclined to fear me and keep my commands, that it might go well with them and their children. Why? Because if the hearts of the parents are inclined toward God, then it's a natural state in the home for the hearts of the children to be inclined toward God. So when we're talking about protecting a home environment, protection usually implies against the negative things. And that's very true. There are very negative things in this world. But if we simply try to keep the negative out and don't focus on bringing the positive in, number one, it's not going to work. And number two, it creates a negative model for the home. Oh, we'll be spiritual Pharisees if we just check off the box and we don't watch the wrong programs and we don't get into the bad things on the internet. And we're all for not getting into the bad things. And we're all for watching the right programs and not watching the wrong ones, all of that. But there needs to be more. The heart needs to be inclined. So then it says in Deuteronomy 6, "Hear, O Israel, be careful to obey, that it may go well with you, that you may increase greatly, that you'll experience these blessings for you and your children." Then it says, "Love the Lord your God with all your heart." There it is again, with all your heart. Not just with your head, not just check off the box, get these doctrines straight, as important as that is, but with your heart and your soul and your strength. These commandments that I give you today are to be upon your hearts. Says it again. Impress them on your children. And it's like engraving in wet cement. You know, they're very impressionable. Impress them on your children. Talk about them when you sit at home and when you walk along the road and when you lie down and when you get up. Tie them as symbols on your hands and bind them on your foreheads. Write them on the door frames of your houses and on your gates. So surround yourself with the Word of God. Listen to audios of the Word of God. Have the positive aspects of spiritual input to your home. And then you can move to dealing with the negative. Nanci?
I was talking to our daughter Angela. When we were talking on the phone, she apologized. She said, "You know, Mom, I know we didn't come over the other day because we were having such a great time at home. The guys were playing together." She has two sons, and they were playing together well. And home feels really good to their family. They love to be home. And we talked about how important that is and how it can be something that isn't real common nowadays. People are not home. But for you to be able to build the kind of environment where home is really where your kids want to be. Randy and I were talking about this morning, that part of it is sacrifice. You know, when your kids get older, your home needs to be the party house. Because if your home is the party house, you know what your kids are up to, you know?
Home is where it all starts. I mean, it's the reference point. You can read all these studies about the influence of peers on children, and we really believe that. Peers, extremely important. But just remember, the total amount of time that your children have with you, it's greater with you than it is with anyone else. And that's as it should be. And God has entrusted their care to you, to your husbands, and that is where it begins.